Hi, Josh.
Hello.
How you doing?
Good, thank you. Yes.
That's good. So tell us a little bit about yourself and your artistic practice.
My artistic practice, I don't think I've yet defined what my artistic practice is. I try and allow for diversity in different mediums, and the last sort of 10 years I've been practicing artist within Geelong. From painting to photography to poetry to music, anything within that realm. I think creativity is just an essential part of life for me, and any way in which I can express myself is essential.
Tell us about your exhibitions.
Which exhibitions? My
You've had heaps, yeah.
So over the last 3 years, I've shown maybe 5 or 6 times at Courthouse Gallery. My first show was when Courtney Ward was curating, and I did a show about schizophrenia and other mental illnesses. From there, my work sort of evolved into a more design-based style. I'm sort of reverting now back to my older style and doing some darker paintings. The last series of works that I showed here was called Toys in My Dreams, which was a dream I had in which all these amalgamated cyborg-esque toys fought each other. As I like to try different mediums creatively, my art practice in exhibitions changed pretty drastically between show to show as well.
Right. So is it would you say it's an intuitive process?
Yeah, I think it comes naturally, and I think it mimics the emotional state that I'm in. If I'm painting really bright works, it's not necessarily a representation of feeling good. Sometimes it's a coping mechanism for the opposite, and usually I'm in a better head state when my work is dark and I'm willing to actually explore those parts of my brain.
Tell us about this work here, the 6 Kings of Israel.
Yeah, well, this is a big sculptural work of the kings of Israel in ancient time. I like the idea of creating a dice-like structure because the kings of that time were commonly overturned. So I like the idea of betting on rulership and this idea of things changing and drastically affecting people involved. I also really like to draw inspiration from biblical or spiritual based backgrounds. Grew up in a very religious family, so biblical works mean a lot to me and I can relate to them, but I don't think they're ever really done in sort of a pop art type style. My aim with this work was to look at painting the different kings of Israel in a really bold and abstract way. And using similarities between the kings, but also creating diversity. Yeah.
What's next for you? Where do you see your art taking you, or where do you see yourself taking your art?
I really like printed matter. I'm working toward printing more books. I've published 3 books, or self-published 3 books over the last 2 years, and I'm working on a couple more books. So most of my intention is going toward putting poetry alongside art and having sort of a collective, not only Geelong-wide collective approach toward my art, but I think the future of my art is making it less about my sole practice and more about Geelong as a collective, and combining forces and really trying to make this city alive with art and having practical approaches toward building an art scene here.
What would your message be to young artists?
Well, my message to young Geelong artists is not to leave. There seems to be a big move toward getting out of Geelong and pursuing art careers within Melbourne or bigger cities. But Geelong is in a dire need for your art, and as it's transitioning through this gentrification process, the only real way to keep arts culture alive in Geelong is if young people are diligent about that. I think art is really essential to growth and mental health, and to create a city that is alive and well and happy and healthy, we need for young artists to be proactive within this area.